And we are back from our break. So last we left off, we were in a bit of spot of trouble, and we are picking up with Mr. Benoit. Bragadine, you just were splashed with fresh blood across your face, and suddenly you are unceremoniously dropped to the floor into the few inches of red blood that is across the floor, whereas the blood splashed across you is very much black and smells of tar and some kind of disgusting animal grossness. What are you doing?
I want to try and get out of here. I want to try and break my bonds, use all my strength. I'm not hiding it. I will do my best to try and break free.
Okay, so you're going to try to flex and break out of these bonds. Give me another strength check.
Oh, wait. 46 out of 35.
Okay, unfortunately, no. You flex, and the bonds are still holding. And it's at that point that you notice that
10.
The 10, it doesn't matter. You don't have the fortune. You're out of fortune. So, with that being said, you struggle to break the bonds. You flex, and it's still holding tight. You do notice, however, as you're laying now across your back, you do have all of your equipment with you. They did not strip you of your stuff. They just kind of snagged you and went as quick as they can.
Can I kind of squirm to try and grab my dagger?
So as you're squirming on the ground, they have released you. You could, in fact, stand if you wish.
We're gonna get up and we're running.
Okay, so you stand up. Which direction are you running? Are you running back towards where you heard the fighting, or are you going to try to dart off in one of the side tunnels?
I'm gonna dart off into one of the side tunnels.
Okay, so you stand up, and as soon as you stand up, you hear the squeals in panic of the Skaven, your captors. You risk a glance over your shoulder, and you see a blood-red demon with flame billowing from its eyes. It's about 8 feet tall, and its sword is completely on fire. You can feel the heat radiating from it. There is an elongated tongue licking over this fanged maw, and it has cloven hooves and very long, jagged, blackened fingernails. And it looks like fire is just rolling out of its eye sockets. And it lets out a screech as it has one of your assailant's head clamped in its offhand and just squeezes, and it pulps through the fingers, and Skaven brain matter, what little there probably was, spills onto the floor as he lets the corpse drop and locks eyes with you. And I need you to make me another cool test.
That's not great. Cool is willpower 10, 37. 37 out of 65.
Okay. That's actually really good. So you managed to keep yourself together. You are obviously in a horrible place.
I got it reversed. I reversed. I said it wrong. 65 out of 37.
Oh, well, in that case, that's a little different.
Yep, I think it's a little different, sir.
Yes,
yeah, I'm sorry.
You lock eyes with this demon, obviously a demon of some kind, and there's a little trickle down your leg as you piss yourself.
I was literally thinking I'm about to piss myself. So,
and you are now the proud owner of the feared condition. So you have a minus 10 to all tests involving the source of your fear, and you must run away as of right now until you make a cool test to gather yourself. So I'm assuming you do so.
I would like to run.
You are going to be sprinting. Roll me a d10, and we're going to see which direction you end up running in your panic state.
6.
Okay, so even. All right, even. You run back the way you were coming. You don't actually... The thought crosses your mind to try to dart down one of the side tunnels, but in your panic state, you just run. You need to get as far away from this creature as you possibly can. And you make a good show of yourself. You are running as quickly as possible. I need you to make me another cool test at this point.
That's a 10.
A 10?
Oh, wait. No. Hold on. Oh, my God. That's 100.
No, it is not.
Yeah, it is.
Critical fail. Once again.
It's like 100.
So...
No, that's a 1, baby.
Yes. So, the fear, you are not calming down. You now have 2 fear conditions. So you have a -20 to all rolls involving the source of your fear. You now also are the proud owner of the broken condition. You have no choice but to run. There's no other options you have. You just have to keep running until you can no longer see the source of your fear. So, you begin running and running and running. And it's this point that, let's see here. I need Seamus and Marius to make me perception tests.
All right. Ooh, crit success. I got a 22 out of 51.
Okay, and
what
Marius?
coincidence. I got 22 as well. Out of
No, you
41.
did not.
Oh, well, hell yeah, I did.
That is
bro.
impossible.
Yeah. Bro.
I hope
like
you hear
somebody's
my
lying to me.
screaming.
Nope.
Damn it.
22.
Okay, well, you both, unfortunately, don't mistake the man running towards you as a cultist and try to kill him. You see this foppish man with bound wrists in a frenzy running in your direction. Just like his eyes are almost rolled in the back of his head. He is a broken man at this point. And you see him running towards you. He is also covered in blood. Not just the blood of men and beasts, but apparently some kind of blackish rodent blood that you both would recognize. And he is quickly approaching. What would you guys like to do?
And you said we do recognize that he's just
yeah. With your critical successes, you definitely see that it's just he's a man with his wrists bound.
we probably just shout out, "Whoa, friend, whoa. Slow down.
Mr. Bonneau?
And if he does not slow down, I might try to force him to.
Please help me.
No, Mr. Bonneau, you need to make me a cool test to see if you can react to this.
Oh, that's much looking better. So, no, 21 out of 37.
Okay, so you lose one of your fear conditions. You're still afraid.
Okay.
But you're down to 1, so you're not quite as panicked. And at this point, you glance over your shoulder, and you see a smoldering shape in the distance, but it isn't closing, but you can still see it. And it's at this point, Marius and Seamus, you got both of you with your critical successes can look past him, and you see that all too familiar demon shape in the distance. But the man is you're still starting to run away, because you cannot stop running till you cannot see this creature. So, Marius, if you'd like to attempt to restrain him, you can.
Yeah, I'd try to grab him, I guess.
Okay.
Didn't want him to run into death.
Okay, go ahead and make me a strength check as you grab him, and Mr. Benoit, you need to make a opposed strength check.
I rolled a... Go ahead.
21 out of 35.
Okay.
I rolled a 30 out of 60.
Yeah, Marius is strong as hell. He's almost superhuman. You grab a hold of this man, and he weakly struggles. He's against you. You can tell that he's taken some damage. His face looks a little messed up. He smells of booze a little bit, but also smells of death and blood. So there is that, and his wrists are still bound, but you snugly got a hold of him.
Oh, friend, this is not the place to be running alone. I'll just try to stay with us, friend, and we'll see if we can get you out of here alive. And I break his bonds.
Easily enough.
With my knife.
Marius, with your knife, yeah. Okay. But so you could probably pull them apart, how strong you are.
Okay, I just pull them apart, yeah.
You just grab one and just kind of... And it's almost comical, Mr. Benoit, as you struggled so hard, and he almost with like just a couple fingers just kind of pulls one of the strands off of you, as the DC for breaking out of this was just a success. So it's almost slightly embarrassing as he just kind of pulls it and they snap off of you. But your hands are free, and you're still a little nervous, a little scared. But the creature does not appear to be approaching. So make me one more cool test, but this time it'll be at +20.
That's not a great roll. Cool test. 37. So +20, I add that to the goal I'm trying to roll under?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well that would be 37. So 57, but I rolled a 78.
Unfortunately, no. Despite, you can still see the creature. You know it's there.
Oh, man.
And you're still panicked. But continue as you may.
I grab Marius. Please help me.
That's the idea, friend. That's the idea. You can't go that way. I don't know who you are, but I don't believe you'll survive if you go that way. We're going this way. And I point towards the fiery figure, I guess.
No, not that way. No.
I like, this is my friend Seamus, and I point over to the man covered in blood and burns.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like the rats. You want to take me to it? No.
My friend, calm. I assume you believe in Sigmar.
Yes. I know of your Sigmar. It's my mother's face.
Yes. You're not a heathen like Seamus over there, are you?
Heathen?
Fuck off,
no.
Marius.
I am a worship of the Lady of the Lake.
So you are a heathen. Bretonian. And then I think we need to go this way, Seamus. Should we drag our friend here?
Why don't you carry him, Marius, like you carry all the other people?
That's true.
What about the way you came? Can we not go back that way?
No, friend. We are on a mission, and we must go this way.
There's no going back, little man. Just shut up and follow us.
And I'll pound my last potion.
Okay.
And because I took a beating, and so I pound my last potion.
Mm-hmm.
And keep
go
the vial.
ahead and make me a charm test to see if you can convince this man to not be scared anymore.
Okay, I'm still grabbing onto him, so I'm not like releasing him right now. Ooh, it's not very good. I rolled a 61 out of 43.
Okay, well, You are not uplifted by these words, Mr. Bernal. You are still utterly scared of what they are trying to bring you to. There's a demon over there. No rational man. You can still see it. There's no rational man would want to be anywhere near that thing.
I'm going to grab his arm and pull him. What about over there to the side? Are there not another way out? Surely we don't have to go back that way.
Oh, my friend Seamus here and I have actually traversed similar tunnels. Those tributaries have only produced evil things in our experience. It would be safer to get this over with sooner than later. Let's carry on, and I start to drag him a little bit. You know.
Okay.
Okay. You're being drug against your will, so there is no check. There will be a check once we get closer, though. The demon is just staring daggers, and with your critical successes, you and Seamus both, Marius, are can see that it's just looking at you. And as you begin to approach, very uncharacteristically of followers of the Blood God, it kind of slinks away and disappears.
Maybe he saw what you did to the last one, Seamus. And I...
Go ahead.
Wait, where did it go?
I'm not sure. It looks like he's ducked into a corner or something.
Stop, just stop a moment, please. Just let go of me for a second, please.
I will not, and I keep on dragging, and I talk to Seamus. Seamus, surely we have to keep this man alive. I feel Sigma would look very poorly on us if I left him here.
We want to keep everyone alive, Marius.
It's true. I mean, I don't want people to die. I'm not the headsman. The headsmen of Sealberg, you know.
While they're discussing, I am trying to at least wipe the blood and muck off my face, and as well as I can do, being dragged around, trying to just ready and get my disheveled clothing back in order.
That is easily done. You can make your attempts. Go ahead and make me a dexterity check, actually.
Just straight dexterity. 41. I rolled a 47 out of 41.
Okay, so you think you're doing all right. Seamus, you're looking at him as this man is kind of like... He looks like he's trying to clean his face, and he's just smearing it. It's not going anywhere. It's just kind of smearing, almost like it's dried a little bit, this black blood. And Seamus, you would know from experience that this black blood is almost like tar. And whatever it stains upon, it stains. Marius, you would know that the dwarves often speak of how they have to... burn and cleanse any rooms that they spill Skaven blood in because it is so caustic and the smell literally clings to you.
You smell very ripe, my friend. And word of advice, we will probably encounter more enemies along our way. When you see my friend Seamus there, pull out his sword. I would recommend you look away when he strikes a deadly blow. He is just a warning. That's all I'll say.
Okay. I don't understand, but look away when he swings his sword. That's a stupid thing to say, but yes.
It does sound bizarre, I admit. And I'm looking around for this cowardly demon.
Mm-hmm. And the cowardly demon is nowhere in sight. It's very unusual. Everything in this tunnel is charged and attempt to kill you immediately. But for some reason, this thing has slunk away. And Mr. Benoit, you are now no longer under the effect of its immediate gaze. So you can make me another cool test at a +20.
Well, it's still a failure. So,
Okay, so you
91.
still, despite
Yeah.
it not being here, you are still terrified of what is to come. So, I'm assuming you are still marching forward.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this man, Meridius. He can't even. What good is he going to be in a fight?
Do you
Covered
have
in
any
piss.
weapons, friend?
I do. I have this beautiful dagger that my father gave me.
It is quite beautiful.
A nice gift. A nice gift. Do you have experience with it?
I have a little. I did train with the house's weapon master for a little bit.
A lord, I see. I apologize, Lord.
It's
But
forgiven.
yes.
For fuck's sake.
My peasant nature is getting the better of me, you know. And so I'm still looking around for enemies as we move along, with my pick over my shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
on the other hand dragging Mr. Bonneau.
Of course.
I would think I'm a little bit more cooperative and maybe not such a forceful drag as necessary
Yes.
at this point.
Yes, but you,
Okay.
despite him being scared, he's not like trying to get away right now since he can't see the demon.
Okay.
And
Seamus,
you are the first men I've seen that do not have tails, so I would like to stay with you, I guess.
Who took you? How did you get here?
It was awful. I was thrown out of some tawdry establishment. Would not serve me some alcohol. I don't understand these places these days. And I was just heading back to my inn, and I was accosted by this vile creature. I heard it behind me. I turned to speak to it, and it hit me across the head. And then I tried to fight it with. I got a good blow on it. I slashed the fuck out of its face. It has a beautiful scar to remind it of me. And then it, like a coward, had its friend attack me from the back. And the next thing I knew, I was here.
Oh, herring tail. Were the people that accosted you, were they human? Were they these maniacs in this tunnel, demons?
They were Skaven. This is something in Breton that we know much of. It is unfortunately is deeply rooted in our history at different times. The Skaven, vile ratmen.
Ratmen, you say? Ah, we have a few of them in Sealburg, I believe, or at least on the outskirts. Terrible mutants. Skaven, you say? I've not heard the term. Anyway, this is not the best place for chatter. Let's take a brisk pace, shall we? And probably start to try to jog a little, or
Okay.
Would you perhaps let go of me
moving.
so I could maybe pick up my pace as well?
If
Where am I
you,
going to run at this point? Where
you-
am I going to go?
If you, that's true. I released my grip.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, in that case, Mr. Bonneau, no, I'm just messing with you. You're fine. You can't see the demon. So you continue forward, the three of you. Seamus, since these two are engaged in conversation, go ahead and give me an intuition test, Seamus.
Oh, jeez. 91.
Okay, so do you want to re-roll it? Or are you good?
I can't re-roll it.
Oh, you're at it. You're at a fortune. Ah, dang it! That
Yes.
sucks when that happens. I don't know who would
know.
manage to take your fortune away. So you
Stop baiting us about the fortune points.
you start looking around, Seamus, as these two are arguing, and you just have an uneasy feeling. You're not sure. there's something just strange with the way that demon acted. As you guys are moving forward, you're all keeping your eyes out. And you get to a point in the tunnel where it looks like there's been statues of some kind that were tumbled over. They look very odd. They don't look human-like, and they look like they were very, very tall, probably 20, 30 feet tall. They're smashed about the tunnel itself. And all of you, though Mr. Bonneau would not know what he's seeing, would see the flicker of light in the distance. Just a flicker of that white light, that translucent pale glow that is the end of this godforsaken tunnel. You are still slinking through the blood, and it looks like you're going to have to climb over the remnants of this statue to get to the next little spot of the tunnel to reach its end.
Judging by my height advantage, looking at these other two, I will probably go first.
I would like to mention that Mr. Bonneau is 5'3", so he's a very small man.
I am the right size man. You are abnormally large.
That is very true. Seamus is aren't you 6'2", something like that? 6'3"?
6'1".
6'1", and then Marius is a decent 5'8". So that is the
I'm 5'10", I believe.
Were you 5'10" or 5'8"?
Let me see here. Let me check my stats.
I thought you were 5'8".
I have 5'8" written down. You're 5'8".
You're right. I'm 5'8".
5'8". So yes. So Mr. Bonneau is 5'3". So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. You know a dwarf that's almost as tall as him. So just put that in perspective. So,
Sir,
regardless,
I am offended.
Regardless, who and how are we getting up this this obstacle?
I imagine I'll easily climb up it and reach down and kind of pull someone up.
Sure. Make me a climb test as you're climbing up a blood slick statue.
Yeah. Bad rolls now. That's
what could go wrong? Oh man.
Whoa.
So Seamus, confidently grips a hold of this statue and begins to pull himself up, and his hand slips in the blood, smacks his face on the pillar, and then slides off unceremoniously onto his ass before all of you. You take a single wound, Seamus, for your efforts. Would anyone else like to try?
You giant, let me show you how to climb.
Yes, please give me a climb test, Mr. Bonneau.
Go for it, little man.
What could go wrong? Oh my god. A 77.
Critical fail. So Mr. Bonneau,
that's right, dude.
Mr. Bonneau smarts off to Seamus. Both of them are beneath you, these peasants. How dare they even? They need to learn to respect their betters. You get about halfway up, and your feet are off the ground. You're about a foot or two off the ground. And not only do you slip and fall, but you slip and fall, and you're holding your dagger very nervously. And as you slip and fall, you fall in just the right way that your dagger slips and pierces into your flesh, right into the side. You take 6 wounds, which you can subtract your toughness bonus from. And you have a dagger sticking out of you.
Marius, this is the man you want to take with us.
Ouch! Seamus. Humble beginnings and all. And I kind of...
Oh, lady, what have you done? Why am I here?
And
Marius, since you have points in climb, you can just climb it.
Yes.
So, without a test.
I probably wouldn't leave the knife in Mr. Bonneau.
I would like to pull the knife out.
You can you can make me a heal test, Marius, to see if you can pull it out without damaging him.
Okay. Let's see here. Heal.
It's based
Heals
off of
intellect,
intelligence, right? Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right, here we go. Oh, that is a 35 out of 37.
Okay, good. So you do not as careful as you could be, but you do pull the dagger free. It doesn't do any more damage, but a little bit of blood leaks out. And Brigadine, this has been a horrible day. It's awful. As the filthy miner hands you back your dagger after removing it from your side, and just easily scales up this this blockade, this rubble before you. And Marius, you're strong enough. You won't need to make a check. That you can easily help them up.
Nice, I'll do so.
Okay, so you
Come
help
along,
them.
lads.
You help them both up. Yeah. Once you guys get to the top, you can see that this is the home stretch. There's not much ahead of you. You have to make a short jump down. I won't make anyone roll for it because you have plenty of time. There's no threats apparently yet. And you begin moving towards the tunnel. Are we at a brisk pace? Are we at a stealthy pace? What kind of pace are we moving in?
I will follow you, gentlemen. Please, lead the way.
Seamus, do we bolt for it, or do we try to make a stealth approach?
Well, I know our history of being stealthy, so I say we just cut it and run. See if this man can keep up.
Right, quite right. Let's run and start running.
Okay. All right. You guys pick up the pace and begin running. Everyone, go ahead and give me an athletic test to see how far we get.
Razor's Edge. I rolled a 26 out of 26.
Okay. Seamus?
That was athletics.
Yes. Seamus, what'd you
I
grab?
Seamus got a 36 out of 29.
Okay, and Mr. Benoit.
Bragadine got 10 out of 33.
Oh, good. So despite, your off comments towards Mr. Bragadine, he appears to be rather physically fit, at least to some extent. Maybe they're in that coif of clothing that he's wearing. He must maybe have somewhat of a chiseled frame, or perhaps not. But regardless, in this moment, seeing the end of the tunnel as it was, freedom ahead, away from this godforsaken nightmare, he puts on a burst of speed and outpaces both of you significantly. Which means that Bragadine is the first to notice. As you guys close the distance to the tunnel, you are within 60 feet of the entrance, and you do see the carved stone doorway that's open with the translucent white glow that separates this godforsaken space to the outside world. And Brigadine, you see immediately to the left and the right of this doorway suddenly an ember and then a glow as two red-faced creatures with flames behind their eyes and burning swords step out of the darkness, almost as if they were hidden somehow, and stand in front of the doorway with their mouths agape, open, and their tongues lolling over their toothy maw. And they let out a screech and a roar. And I need all of you guys to make me perception tests real quick. Or actually, it's going to be intuition tests.
Intuition.
Intuition. Ooh.
2. I'm going to have to reroll.
I'm
re-rolling.
No. Let me see. Wait.
I rolled a 16 out of 25.
Okay, good.
I'm down to 1 fortune as well.
All right. Brigadine?
Bragadine.
Bragadine, excuse me.
49 On a 49.
And you're at -10 because you're in the presence of your fear. So you have a failure, but that's close enough. Seamus.
45 out of 41.
45 out of 41. Oof, so close. So, Bragadine, I also will need you to make me a cool test to see if you can keep your stuff together.
Let me see. That's a 41 out of 37.
Damn it. Damn it. So close. So close, yet so far.
Yeah.
So
It's been a rough day. I'm not having a good day.
It's been a rough day, and Mr. Benoit is very, very scared. But Marius, you have been in the presence of these demons multiple times. Fear's not a thing for you. But you were put a little on guard after what happened previously. And despite the emergence of these demons, some kind of intuition imparts itself upon you that you should look around. And you glance over your shoulder, and you see forms shifting out of the darkness behind you. 3 distinct shapes. And one of them is approaching, and you can see that it is definitely another Bestigor of some kind. And there are 2 more something you can't see that are further back. They're approaching from the rear, and he is very close and was very stealthy, but you managed to pass your intuition test, so you managed to see them. But the others do not see them, and I need everyone to roll me initiative.
What's initiative? Was that a...
So initiative is a D10, and then you add your initiative bonus. So D10 plus whatever your bonus is for initiative.
Oh, nice. I got 12.
Okay.
13.
Okay, and Seamus?
10.
All right, so... Marius, Seamus. All right. Combat has began. Brigadine. Mr. Benoit, because I know that one easier. Mr. Benoit, you are up first. The fear is gripping your heart. You can use an action if you'd like, to attempt another test, or you can choose to move away from the creature that has inspired so much fear in you. You are upwards of about 60 feet from the door. You can move 40 feet, or you can stand your ground. You don't have to move away since you are no longer broken.
They're right in front of the door, right?
They are guarding, yes, they are standing, both of them in front of the door, guarding it.
How close is Marius and Seamus behind me? Can I see them?
So you are ahead. You're going to be 20 feet ahead of them because you put on a burst of speed.
I'm gonna stand my ground. I'm gonna do a check to see if I can build my resolve.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a check for your action.
What is that? A cool check?
Yes, cool check.
All right, so that's a 31 out of 37.
Good. Nice. Finally. So finally, at the most opportune time, you manage to shake off whatever fear has been gripping you, and you are now no longer scared of these beasts. In fact, you're ready for some action. And we will move on from you, and it is now Marius. It is your turn. You are 20 feet from Mr. Benoit. A further 80 feet from the demons, but a mere 20 feet from the Bestigor approaching you from behind. And of course, there are the 2 other individuals back there as well.
All right.
What would you like to do?
I'll probably turn and attack the Bestigor, charge the Bestigor.
Okay.
But as I do so, I would like to use my free action to say, "Behind us!" and charge at the Bestigor.
Okay. Then you go ahead and make me an attack.
Okay. Ooh, that's not very good. 72 out of 75.
So you, with a full charge, you charge at this colossal beast, and this one's about 8 feet tall. 2 racks of curling horns, very large. And of course, it has actually on its shoulders, on each shoulder, there is a human skull that still has hair and like sinew attached to it, almost as if it's still bleeding. And it, after seeing its cover is blown, it bellows out, and it must have just thrown you off guard just slightly, and it catches the pick on the haft of its axe and throws it to the side.
Okay. That'll finish my turn.
And now, Mr. Benoit, you see the creatures before you, the demons, let out a roar almost simultaneously as the beastman does behind you. And they begin running in your direction. Flames licking around their swords and their eyes as their tails lash, and the blood, which now the blood is about 6 inches deep. So you are definitely standing in a very substantial puddle of blood at this point. And as they run towards you, they can't quite make it to you, but they manage to get about 10 feet from you, Mr. Benoit, since you were holding your ground. And there are 2 slathering demons almost upon you. And that's all that they can do. But now it is Seamus McCready. It is your turn. Ahead of you, Seamus, you see the demons charging towards your new compatriot. But behind you, you hear Marius call out that an ambush has been sprung, essentially, and you have been notified. What would you like to do?
Seeing what's in front of me first, I will get, if I'm not already in range, I'll get within range for a crossbow shot.
Oh, you're within range. You're within 30 feet,
Cool.
20 feet of Mr. Benoit, and then another 10 feet to the demons.
Alright, I will do that. I trust Marius to handle it himself. Ooh. Guess what, bro? Guess what?
Yeah, 1.
Oh.
It's not a 1, but it's a crit. I got a 33.
Okay, all right. How much damage? How many success levels?
Out of 56, let's see. 43, 53.
43,
2 levels?
So 2 plus 9, so 11. That's substantial damage. All right, so you let loose the bolt, taking... Oh, and actually, you know, we're rolling critical hits, so go ahead and roll me a D100.
A 56.
56. Let me make sure... Yes, okay, go ahead and roll me one more.
26.
All right, 26. Okay. You launch the bolt, and you hit kind of in the abdominal area of what the demon should be, though it is rather slender towards its waist, almost gaunt, though it would be as wide as a human. It's just its chest is so massive. And the bolt takes it in the gut, and you hear it hiss, and this kind of glowing, almost like magma-like blood spills out of where the bolt should be, and comes across the ground, and it looks like the muscles tense, and mechanically you have rendered some of the muscles in its back useless. So we'll see how that affects it going forward. Would you like to do anything with your free action?
Probably yell at Mr. Benoit to step back from there.
All right, and that is going to be that. It is now the Bestigore's turn, Marius. Go ahead and roll me some defense, sir.
All right. That's a 26 out of 65.
Good. So you deflect the axe blade as it comes cleaving towards you, smashing it to the side. Go ahead and roll me one more defense as it attempts to headbutt you.
Okay. That's a 9 out of 75.
Okay, so easily bring the haft of your pickup and catch between the horns and kind of toss it almost like a bull out to the side of you, and puts it a little off balance as it kind of stumbles, not expecting you to be as strong as you are. It's at this point that the two other figures come charging towards you, Marius, and they appear to be the lesser cultists. They have flayed skin dangling about their arms and their legs, and the kind of haphazard tattooing that denotes them as cultists of the Blood God. And I need you to roll me some more defense, Marius.
Oh, yeah. That's a 45 out of 75.
Okay, easily. And then one more defense.
Is this a different attacker or the same attacker?
Different attacker.
Okay.
You're racking up
39,
some momentum here.
Yeah, 39 out of 85.
Oh yeah, easily once again. Two cleavers from different people come raining out. Well, actually, one of them's an axe and one of them's a cleaver, and you easily bat aside all of them, almost like a god of battle has been born today. Easily turning the tide. The
born.
Momentum, exactly. The momentum
Great,
is definitely in your favor. And that is the end of their turn. And now we're back at the top with Mr. Brigadine. You are looking at two slathering demons, but 10 feet from you. What would you like to do?
I would like to back up.
Okay. You have 40 feet of movement. If you move the full 40 in the opposite direction, that will put you in melee, actually, with the people assailing Master Wolf.
I would like to, I guess a free action, draw my dagger.
Yes.
But also move back maybe 5 feet or so behind Seamus.
Okay, so So Seamus is off to, if you are looking at the tunnel, if you're looking backwards, he's off to your left. So you just make a beeline towards Seamus and you get behind him. Okay.
Would you like to do? I feel like it.
Would you like to do anything with your action?
I don't really know what I could do at this point.
Okay. Well, you can do anything you want with your action. You can use any skills available to you. You could even use like an intimidation to dismay some enemies, or you could throw your dagger. You could pick up a rock and throw it. It doesn't matter. You could do anything you want. Or you could just hold an action. If anything gets in a melee with you, I'd let you make an attack against it.
Let me hold an action right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of hide behind Seamus and just kind of dagger at ready just in case.
Okay. Do you want to hide? Because you can actually hide with, like, make a stealth check and hide for your action. Or do you want to ready a blade just in case?
Well, I've been so cowardly so far. I feel like I should, but I was so impressed with that brilliant shot. I'm gonna hiding behind Seamus, stand my ground, and be ready in case an attack comes.
Okay. All right. No problem.
Right.
In that case, I'll have you readied in action. Seamus, go ahead and take your turn. Do as you like.
As best gets behind me, rich boy.
Quite gladly.
All right. Oh shit! Lost the dice. Ooh, that one not a crit, but that is going to be a 41 crossbow shot. 41 out of 66.
66, 41, 51, Okay, 2 levels of success, so that's 12 wounds. Once again, this time, however, you clip its right arm, but you will notice, especially with it not being a critical hit, I'm assuming you're shooting at the same demon?
Yeah.
Okay. You let loose another bolt, and it chips into its shoulder. And it's at this point that you notice that this thing has a very, very thick armor-like hide. And though you do significant damage, or should, you feel like it is not doing what you suspected. It is still very hurt from the previous wound you dealt, but the bolt skitters off of its shoulder and just kind of glances off into the darkness of the tunnel. Would you like to do anything else?
How close is it?
It is within 30 feet.
30 feet? Okay. I will, noticing that's not doing any damage then, sling the crossbow back across my back and pull out the sword.
Okay. All right. Use your free action to draw your sword. All right. Are you standing your ground? Or are you going to leave Mr. Bonneau to his fate?
No, I'll stand my ground.
Okay. That's fair. You do have momentum. You have 2 things of momentum in your favor. So that is that. Now we move to the bloodletters. Since I mixed up the order, sorry, Marius. It's not going to matter though, because they're both charging towards Seamus, and they move very, very quickly. Seamus, they move in your direction, and I need you to ready some defense, sir.
All right. That is going to be a 70 out of 60.
A degree of failure.
Yes.
I got the same, so I'm going to give you the benefit of this. So the first one lashes out with the burning sword, and you stumble back a bit, probably Mr. Bonneau kind of jostling you behind, and you manage to take the katana and just barely parry away the blade. But now I need you to roll me another defense as the second bloodletter lunges towards you.
Did I gain any momentum?
No, since they were both failures, I'm going to say you can use the same momentum you had before.
Okay. The second one is a 58 out of 60.
Okay, so that is good enough. You managed to dodge out of the way and bring the blade back and parry the second strike before it lashes back. And Brigadine, it's an impressive feat. He is holding 2 demons at bay currently. So that is the end of their turn. Now, Marius, it is your turn.
I'll probably attack the Bestigor.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack.
Okay. That's a 5 out of 95.
Okay, very, very good. Out of 95?
Yes.
9 levels of success?
9 levels of success, sir.
How much damage is that?
That is 21 points of damage.
Okay.
I
Unfortunately,
believe that's a head strike.
It is a head strike. Unfortunately, it is heavily armored. Even its skull.
Oh,
it has a kind of almost like a natural armor in addition to the plate. But it is a vicious blow. And though it doesn't penetrate straight through the skull, you get a good gash across the side of the head, and it's bleeding profusely. It looks rocked, and it looks like it's on death's door as it kind of clutches up, kind of woozily, swaying back and forth. Would you like to do anything else?
I would just shout out, "Hold on, Seamus!" And that's probably all I'll do.
It's going to attack you now, so go ahead and roll me some defense.
Okay. That is a 29 out of 100.
Yeah, easily bat this to the side. The momentum is showing. Roll me some defense for the cultists now that are going to try to flail you alive.
Okay. That one is a 23 out of 100.
Yeah, it's fine. One more. Let's try this one more
All
time.
right. Ooh, that one's a 77 out of 100.
That is unfortunately a critical hit right now. Ridiculous. So, just roll me a D100.
Okay. 99.
99. Okay. So you, as you're defending yourself, one of the cultists steps too far forward, and you swing the pick low, and catch him in his right thigh, and you're moving with such strength and velocity that it catches the limb, and you literally tear it from this man's body. You just tear the leg free. There's just a fountain of blood. It's like a horror movie. You rip it out, and he falls to the ground, screaming, clutching at the wound as he very, very quickly bleeds out and dies. And there's legs stuck to your pick.
Oh, leg pick.
So that is the end of their turn. We're back up at the top of the round. Mr. Benoit, what would you like to do? You have demons ahead of you. You're not technically engaged with them, but Seamus is. And he's looking... He's not looking good. He's fending them off for now. But they look very, very, very angry. And then behind you, to your left, you see Marius, who was dealing with 3 assailants, but has quickly dispatched one and is working on whittling down the rest.
I mutter, "What a savage," glancing at Marius, and then shout, "For the honor of the lady!" And I move forward to attack the... Wasn't one demon much more hurt than the other?
It was.
Is it obvious to me?
Oh, it's obvious. It still has a bolt sticking out of its gut, and it's leaking like this molten blood.
I'm going to try and attack it. Move forward up there to try and... Here, friend, I will help you.
All right, go ahead and make an attack. Oh,
okay. Oh, it's awesome. Let me see here. So that's weapon skill.
Yes.
What's melee? Then I add my melee basic skill on that, so that would be 37 to 40, and then since it's a dagger, a +2 on that, 42. But I rolled a 9.
9 out of 42. Okay, so that is 9, 19,
pretty good.
29, 39. 3 levels of success. Unfortunately, this is a champion of the Blood God.
Oh my gosh!
No.
And you lash out with your dagger, seeing this weakened, wounded creature. And unfortunately for you, champions have this finicky thing where they're very, very good, even on defense. And as you lash out with your dagger, it easily sways backwards and brings the blade across your face.
Oh God! Oh, my lady!
Dealing...
Papa!
Shit. 14 wounds?
God.
Are you still standing?
No.
No, you subtract your toughness bonus, which is 4.
Oh, I have.
Okay,
I've taken a lot of wounds. I've been nickel and dimed here.
You have less than 10,
mercy.
is what you're saying.
I have -6.
Okay, so this is where we do some fun things. This is your choice. You can use a fate. You can use a fate point to make it where the attack misses. Now, if you use it, you're minus a fate and fortune point forever, unless you do something to get it back. Or you can take the wound. You will go prone. You don't die immediately. You will also be taking a critical hit, so it could be pretty nasty. And then you can try to survive the rest of the combat, and hopefully Marius can patch you up. It is your decision what you would like to do.
As I'd called out, for the honor of the lady, perhaps her blessing was upon me, and she changed fate for just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to spend one of those points.
Okay, you spend a fate point. You can mark one off, so you're down to 2 now. And the blade,
that means
basically, you see it cleave through your head. You feel your brain empty from your body, and then suddenly it's almost like time rewinds, and the blade lurches back, and you know where it's going to be this time. And you manage to just shift your body just barely out of the way as it slides past. And the demon looks a little bewildered as it happens, almost as if it felt that something just changed. And that's going to be the end of your turn. So, awesome. Seamus, it is. Well, actually, no, it's Marius's turn because I mixed up the order last time. Marius, it is your turn.
All right, I'll go after the Bestigor one more time.
Okay.
That's a 26 out of 100.
I'm gonna go with yep.
All right, I'll take it.
All right. So, I'm assuming 6 levels of success. No, 20. No, that's more than 6.
Well,
that's
yeah.
7.
Well,
it's not gonna matter. You do too much.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
It's more than enough. You easily. This actually hits it in its left arm, and similar to what just happened. I'm assuming. The leg is still attached, so that's pretty gross. But you pierce through the creature's left arm, and you must have hit like a vital artery somewhere. And as you draw back the pick, just a gout of blood shoots out, and you see the creature get paler, despite its like furred exterior, and it slumps to a knee, and then just kind of falls back into the blood, dead. Now, you're still engaged with a cultist, but you are free to move and use your free action.
All right. If you allow me, I'll probably try to fling the leg off the pick.
Sure.
Fling off.
Sure. No problem.
And,
free action. Leg removal.
Leg removal, and I will ready for action against the last cultist.
Got it. That is be the end of your turn. So now the Bestigor is dead. Seamus.
Mm-hmm.
It's not quite your turn yet because the bloodletters are going to try to kill you.
Ah.
Oh. Actually, one of them, the very, very wounded one, is going to try to kill our friend Mr. Benoit because he changed fate against it. So, I need you to roll me some defense, Mr. Benoit.
Let me see. Is that a 1d10 or...
No, that's the
percentile?
the D100. Just like the attack you made, it's the same.
It's 58. Under, 58 out of 40.
Okay, so that is a
50 out of 42, yeah.
Yep, that's a failure. So, despite...
Please don't.
What happened with fate. This time it lashes out with the burning blade and strikes you in the left arm. You feel it. You feel the burn. It deals 11 wounds that you can subtract your toughness bonus. Are you standing?
I'm doing the math here. Okay. 11. Nope.
Okay. Does it bring you to 0 or past 0?
Past 0.
Okay. So, it's at this point that we are going to play a game. Let's see if I can kill my first character on stream.
Jesus. No.
You are severely
I
lucky.
forget.
Oh my God, you're so lucky. So the demonic blade cleaves through your arm. It doesn't sever it. In fact, it actually doesn't cleave as deeply as you would think. You do, however, lose gouts of blood and your vitality drains and you become prone. But you only have a single bleeding condition. So you can write that in your condition section. You have one bleeding condition currently that will sap your strength and slowly kill you, if need be.
All right,
But-
I'm looking for where's my conditions actually.
You can just make a mental note or write it on a piece of paper real quick because you're going to resolve it soon. But regardless, so you fall at the demon's feet, and it just kind of gives like a scream as you fall limp at the ground. Seamus, you see Brigadine go down, and it's a little disheartening. You didn't like him much to begin with, though. He is unfortunately still alive. So, Seamus, you are free to do as you wish, including, if you so choose, you can kill Brigadine since he's prone at your feet. So that is up to you. I'll leave it up to you what you would like to do.
I got bigger problems with this demon in front of me. So I'm going to fight the demon.
Okay. Which one are you going to strike out at?
Whichever one, I
Is-
guess, struck him down.
Yeah, that's the severely wounded one, so you go ahead and make an attack.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a 71 out of 85.
Okay. You actually hit this thing. So, what's the damage for your sword? How much damage do you just do?
The sword is 4 plus my strength, which is 3, so 7.
So 7 damage?
Yes.
I hate to tell you this, Seamus. So you do get a hit, so you get some momentum. But you strike, lashing out at this thing's body, and your sword just glances off of it. You don't have enough force behind it to penetrate its hide.
Oh, Marius, I
You
might
just-
need your help with this one.
It just, boom, glances off, and the demon is a little surprised that you struck it, but then it kind of chuckles to itself, seeing that you couldn't even hurt it. And at this point, the second demon is going to try to kill you now, so go ahead and roll me some defense.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a 27 out of 95.
Okay. So you easily bat aside the other sword. And that is going to be the end of your turn, I take it. So now we move on to Brigadine. I need you to roll me a D100. And if you roll above a 90, you will die. Just immediately die.
Oh, shit.
Because of your bleeding condition.
All right. What could go wrong with these? I rolled a 97.
Brigadine, I will do this for you, Brigadine.
The special guest is dead.
Brigadine, I will do this for you. I will let you, because I didn't tell you beforehand, you can use a point of resilience. This is tailored with your resolve points to automatically pass a test. So if you so choose, you can use a point of resilience to pass this test
And not die.
and not die.
How many resilience points is this?
You
a
have-
one
you
time?
have-
It's going to be like my...
You have 3, so you can burn 1 if you want.
Is this like the fate points, though, where if I use
It's
this...
just
I
like the
will
fate. It's just like the fate points where they
Well, I'm dead
tailor
already.
with the
Why not?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Doesn't do me any
you
good
don't
if I'm
have a choice.
dead.
So
Yeah,
you
here we go.
burn your point of resilience, your minus resolve points as well. But you pass the test. You do not immediately bleed out from your wound. Now, at this point, because you don't have the heal skill, do you have any resolve points remaining?
I don't know the answer on that question.
Have you used any yet? I don't think you
No.
have. Okay, so
No.
you still have 2. So you can use a resolve point to staunch the flow and make the bleeding stop. So you were simply
so-
prone at this point. You're no longer bleeding, so you won't have to make that test next turn. But
Okay, so
if you do not get a wound back by some means in the next 3 turns, you will die no matter what.
Okay.
So if you're prone with 0 hit points for more than your toughness bonus in rounds, that's it. It's game over. So there's that. That is the end of your turn. You can attempt to crawl away, but I wouldn't recommend it because the demon will try to kill you if you do so.
All right, so I have 1 resilient point left too then as well, since I used 1.
Yes, you have 1 left. And when we get to your turn, I'll let you know something cool you can do with that. So,
Okay, cool.
now that we're done with that, it is now Marius. It is your turn. You still have a cultist staring you down.
All right, I'll try to kill him.
Okay.
That's a 99 out of 100. So
Bullshit.
critical hit.
Well, you easily slay this man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to say you just punch straight through the top of the head again. Clean,
Oh yeah. I like it.
concise kill. Just and almost like it was no effort. And the man screams out right before his demise. There's a little flicker of flame behind his eyes as well as he falls to the ground. Would you like to use your movement?
Yeah, probably. I'll try to put myself. I don't know. I'm trying to picture how it's all
So
set up here, but
Brigadine is laying on Seamus's left. He is laying down prone. There are 2 demons. They're both currently facing Seamus, not paying much attention to the supposedly almost dead foe at their feet. They are more interested in bloodletting than they are just slaying him right now. But you never know. One might actually decide to just stab him.
okay. I'll try to, if I can, put myself in between them, or I'll try to grab one of their attention.
Okay. I say that you could probably get into melee range with the one that is threatening Brigadine. The other one is very focused on Seamus and at least divert its attention from him.
Okay.
So
I'd like to do so.
Okay.
And if you allow, I'd like to say something to him.
Go ahead.
As I run over there, like, are you the cowardly one who was hiding? And
Ooh.
kind of spit down at him and ready my pick.
All right. The spit clatters on its cloven hoof, which quickly dissolves as the fiery nature of the beast flares up at your insult, and it looks pissed off.
Good.
So that is the end of your turn. All right. It is now the Bloodletter's turns. So, Seamus. Oh, wait. Did I already do this? Oh, I'm getting confused. Nope. I haven't done it.
Okay.
Seamus, one is making an attack against you.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll for defense, sir.
That is a 40 out of 95.
Unfortunately, I rolled a critical hit, Seamus. I don't know what to tell you. This is going to go badly.
Shit. It is going to go badly.
Oh.
You can join my club.
I haven't been healed at all.
Let's see here. 76. All right, good. Let's roll this again. 60. Now, it is a chest shot, Seamus.
Ooh, okay.
You have your leather jack. You can make this just a regular hit if you let me shred the armor, or you can take the critical hit. It's up to you. The leather jack will be useless if you decide to do it. So you'll lose the armor on your arms and your chest. You still have your chainmail though.
Okay, yeah. I will shred the leather jack then.
Okay. So you will shred that, so you'll only take me see here. How much is this? 12 wounds, which you can subtract the armor of even the jack and the toughness. You can do them all, but then after this, your leather jack is gone.
All right.
All right. Are you still standing?
Barely.
Okay. All right. So Seamus is a little woozy on his feet. But you're still standing. A vicious blow that carves through the leather and actually ignites it from the flame from the sword. As I've been forgetting to light you guys on fire whenever you get stabbed by it, but that's fine. I remember now. So it ignites the armor and it just burns off you, singes off of you in tatters, and falls at the sides. You're smoking a little bit more than you were before. And the second blood letter is going to take a swipe at Marius. So roll me some defense, Marius.
No shit, that's a 33 out of 100.
My God. Okay, let's roll the critical. So roll me a D100.
All right. That is a 13.
Okay, roll me one more.
93.
93?
Yeah.
Whew. No way. Okay, so the demon lashes towards you, Marius. And as it does, you bring the head of the pickup and spit its arm as it's swinging. And you pierce it in such a way that the molten blood spills across you. You do take one wound from that, FYI.
Oh,
but
I lose my momentum?
yeah, actually, you would lose your momentum. Yep, because you took damage.
Check.
Sorry, that's part of fighting the demon, bro. So the blood spills across you, and you still deal the damage, and such a vicious blow. And not only do you spit the arm, but the hand goes limp, and the sword clatters to the ground that it was holding. And it pulls back its arm off of the pick in just agony, and it actually is writhing there, and it looks to be a little bit out of its mind. It is actually stunned for the next round.
Was this the one that was already wounded before?
No, this was the one that was not wounded.
Okay, cool.
So how much damage was that, by the way?
That's 6 levels of excess. That's 18.
Yep,
18
it's
damage.
barely alive. Barely alive.
All right.
But still there.
I'll take it.
All right. So and it's stunned, so it can barely defend itself right now. Actually, I don't think. Yeah, it can. It can barely defend itself. It's just kind of like sitting there swaying, without a weapon, mind you. All right. So that's the end of their turn. Seamus, it is your turn.
All right. I don't know if we've discussed this yet in game, but am I allowed to pull out my pistol and shoot this?
Yes, you are in melee, and the pistol is the only ranged weapon that you can use in melee without any disadvantage.
All right. I'll pull it out of my hip holster. And
so I'm assuming.
the sword.
Here's the only thing. I'm assuming your sword is in your good hand.
Yes.
So the pistol is in your offhand, so it'll be a -20 to the shot. But you still get your momentum.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take it then, because the sword's not doing much.
Okay.
All right.
Well, actually, your momentum's gone because you got smashed
Yeah.
hard. Yeah. So it's a -20 to the shot, though. So.
Oh, this is gonna be close. At a minus 20, I got a 33 out of 36.
33. It's a critical hit.
Yes. Oh, that is a critical. Oh, yes.
Okay. How would you like to kill this demon, Seamus?
I would like to just pull the pistol out, and since it's taller than me, probably just like shoot it underneath the chin.
Okay, you pull the pistol out, and it doesn't expect it. It is completely caught off guard, and the eyes kind of go for a second, and boom! The top of his head blows out. This blood splatters backwards. Luckily, it wasn't a melee hit. Otherwise, you'd be taking damage right now. But the blood flies backwards off of him, and it falls backwards. And as it does, you can see it's quickly dissolving. Would you like to do anything else?
I'll pull the pistol up to my lips and blow out the smoke out of the barrel.
Oh yes, very action hero-y. So that'll be the end of your turn.
Style.
So that brings us back to Mr. Bonneau. Mr. Bonneau, you have one resolve point left.
I'm dying.
Since you don't have any conditions that are currently killing you.
What about my bleeding condition?
Your bleeding condition's gone because you used a resolve point last round.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you.
So now you don't have to roll for anything. You have 0 hit points, which means you can't stand up. But you can use a point of resolve to get rid of the prone condition. And when you do, you automatically regain 1 hit point.
Boom.
So you, through just sheer determination, get back up off your feet, and you are standing with a single hit point. You are free to do as you like. You have half your movement and then your action.
What enemies are still standing?
There is one demon still standing that is currently engaged with one Marius Wolf, and it looks severely wounded.
I'm going to throw my dagger at it.
Good idea. Go ahead and make me a ranged attack.
All right, so that's a ballistic skill.
That's ballistic skill, yes. You're not proficient with throwing daggers, unfortunately, so it's just your straight ballistic skill.
Okay. I hate these dice. It's a 93 out of 32.
Okay. It's not a critical fail, at least, but
That's retired.
It's not good. So you throw the dagger at it, and it whiffs off into the darkness. You don't know where it went. It's gone. You just
Oh no.
and you hear it. You hear it clatter somewhere off into the darkness. You have no idea where it is. It's out there somewhere. You don't have the time to look for it right now. So, would you like to do anything else with your turn? You still have your free action.
Close to the demon, am I still? How close to it am I?
You're within
the battle.
You're within like 5-10 feet of the demon.
Oh, way too close. Let's move half our movement remaining about at least like 10 feet away.
Yeah. You can get about 15 feet away from it, or fit 20 feet.
Yeah,
actually.
Let's do that.
I'm gonna
back
up.
Stand back and. I'll leave this to you, gentlemen.
And you're actually backing up in the direction of the tunnel escape. So you are getting closer to getting the hell out of here. All right. That will be the end of your turn. So now it is Marius, your turn.
I would like to attack the stunned demon.
Go ahead and make an attack, sir.
Okay. Do I get any bonuses because it's stunned?
You get a plus 20 to hit. Because it has a minus 20 to defend. So
okay.
So it's just a straight whatever.
So just normal roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me make sure though, because I might have that backwards.
Okay.
Hold on. Make sure I got it right here. Confused. Oh, it has a minus 10.
Okay.
You get a plus 10 to attack.
I get a what? I'm sorry?
You get a plus 10 to attack.
Okay. So I get plus 10.
Yes.
That would be 36 out of 75.
Unfortunately, Marius Wolf, I rolled a 1.
Oh,
Even
Jesus.
in its stunned condition.
Just not fair.
Defending with its hands?
Defending with its hands. It had a minus 30 to defend itself. And it's still,
Disgusting.
as you lash out, it's a demon, it's a champion of corn. As you lash out with the pick, it ducks under the swing. And let me roll my critical on you real quick.
All right.
Good. I like that. Okay, let's see what I do to Marius Wolf. Let's make him a little more uglier. How about that?
Oh, let's not.
That's my favorite thing to do, though. All right. 48.
Not the face. I like him pretty.
Okay. It's as it ducks under you, it lashes out with its claws and rends itself across your chest. Do you have armor?
Mm-hmm. I think I have, with at least my trappings is like I have a leather jack, I believe.
So if you choose the same thing as Seamus, you can choose to shred the armor and negate the critical, or you can take it.
Yeah, I'll shred the armor.
Okay, so you shred the armor. It as it lashes out with the talons, it scratches into the leather and cleaves it in two, and it just falls to the side, ruined. So you only take, with its bare hands. Let me see here, because this is not in the manual. I'm gonna have to do this on my own. Yeah, strength bonus.
Doing it live.
What is that? You only take 9 wounds with its bare hands.
Okay.
Which you can subtract your toughness and the 1 piece of armor that just got shredded.
Okay.
All right, and I'm assuming that's the end of your turn.
Yes, I'll just say, why don't you just die, coward? And, yeah, that's all. I can finish my turn.
Okay. All right. It is now the Bloodletter's turn, and it is, it made its endurance check, so it shakes the stun condition. Free action, grabs its sword, and is readied to inflict more pain. Seamus, it's your turn. This thing is barely hanging on.
Well, I'll just finish it. If I'm not within 20 feet, I'll get within 20 feet. And fire another pistol shot.
You're like within 2-3 feet of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So are you going to try to
execute it?
Are you going to use the pistol?
Yes.
Okay. You, for the first time in a long time, have to attempt to reload this weapon. Since it is a black powder, it takes an action to reload. If you so choose. Or you could stow it, and I would allow you to draw your repeater crossbow if you want to take a shot with that.
I have in my notes a reload of 1 success, so can I use a success level to reload it?
Yes, you can, so here's the way I'm going to do it. If you use your action to reload it, and you get more than a success level, I will allow you to shoot it, to roll again to attempt to shoot it.
Okay.
But it's just a basic, there's no momentum behind it, so it's just a basic ballistic skill plus your black powder.
Then yeah, I'll stow it then and try to do the crossbow shots.
Okay.
Since it's almost dead.
All right, go ahead and make a shot.
Ooh, yeah, that's going to be a 34 out of 66.
Okay. It looks like it's attempting to dodge, but it's not fast enough. How would you like to kill this beast?
Ooh, if I'm facing its like back, shoot it like the back of the head.
Okay. So it almost thinks, you could tell that it's aware, combat aware, just because of the nature of what this creature is. It is a fragment of war, of battle, of bloodlust, and it almost feels the shot before it happens, and it kind of glances back, but not quick enough as you plant a bolt through the back of its scaled hide, and it punches through the forehead, showering Marius Wolf with burning blood. You take a wound, Marius. Given the direction of the shot, as the molten blood splatters across you, and then it slumps forward dead.
Whew. Hello, boys.
Oh, piece of shit. And I, Alright, let's make a run for it. And, just start, I guess, booking it towards the old exit there.
Yep.
Alright. All of you begin moving towards the exit. You get within 10 feet of the exit. 5 feet, 4 feet, and you're just there. And that's where we're going to leave for tonight's episode of Rise of the Forsaken, to see what awaits on the other side of this horrible tunnel.
Poor Bragadine, what a day he's had.
I know Bragadine has had a rough day. It was tough. So, I'd like to say thank you to our guest. You, of course, will be joining us again, I hope. You did pretty well, given the circumstances. so, maybe the dice will be with you next session. Who knows?
I hope so.
This was definitely probably one of the hardest encounters I've thrown at these guys. So, yeah, that's to be expected. So, regardless, guys, we're wrapping up. Favorite moments from this session. We'll start with Jumbo Smooth. Favorite moment?
I think my favorite moment was when Seamus said, "Blood for Seamus."
Yeah, that was a primo moment, actually.
I bet that corruption feels good. Feels so good.
It's true.
Mr. McCready, favorite moments? Doobie.
My favorite moment was when I got to take an attack on Marius.
And you whiffed horribly.
Whiffed horribly.
Yes,
Blind with rage.
It would have been good. You could have stolen a little bit of his soul. It would have been fantastic. But
no.
Just rising out of the blood, and just going after him.
I would say it's pretty epic, pretty awesome. Brigadine, do you have any favorite moments?
There's so many.
So many.
So many. I don't know. Maybe all those fantastic dice rolls.
Yes.
I did like when I tried to be brave, when Bragadine tried to be brave, and he paid for it.
It happens. It happens.
Oh, he paid for it. Yeah.
Yep, it happens. It's okay. It happens to the best of us. It'll be fine. So, yeah. Regardless.
You killed our guest.
I did. He didn't die, though. He's alive. Mostly.
Like, twice I almost died.
Twice, yes.
Yeah, twice.
Well,
missing some fate points, missing some resilient points, some resolve points.
It's all right. You'll be fine.
It is all right.
You'll be fine. So, regardless, guys, I enjoyed this session altogether. I got to almost kill my first player. That was awesome. I loved every moment of it.
That was exciting. I was pretty excited about it. I was like, "Oh shit, new character already!"
So yeah, new character already. But you're fine.
Wow, the Warhammer world is hard.
It is. It's very brutal. I will say, this just goes to show you, because you rolled a character that wasn't as combat focused, which most of them in the book are not. Just these two rolled characters that are combat heavy, so it makes it look different than what it should be. So we get a little taste of what it's supposed to like.
Yeah, Maris was slaughtering them. Yeah,
I know. It's he's a monster. So yeah,
that's what I do.
Yeah. Regardless, guys, I'm going to close this out. This has been a long session. Unfortunately, I'm going to be out of town next week on vacation, so we will be off just a few days, not too long, a couple days extra than normal. But we will, of course, be returning. And hopefully our guest will return as well, I hope. And that
unless he dies in the meantime.
Yeah, awesome. So, as usual, guys, I've been Jumbo Thick. Thank you for watching Rise of the Forsaken, and make sure to leave us comments down in the comment section, especially on what you thought about me always killing someone, and how our guest did. I thought he did awesome. Good role-playing all around, Mr. Galactic. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good day.